Eggtastic marshmallows, lemon and lime flavoured. So I've pretty much got everything prepped. So I'll start with how I set up the cooking. First of all, what I did was I cleaned everything thoroughly with, if you're going to make meringue, so to make marshmallows, essentially you make Italian meringue and you add gelatin to that, and then it sets and it becomes basically marshmallow, just perfect. And to make Italian meringue, you have to make sure you really whip up your egg whites really well. And to do that, you stabilise the egg whites with sugar first of all. So sugar stabilises whipped egg whites, but you also need to make sure there's no oils, no fats or anything lining the bowl. So I've used glass bowls rather than plastic, because plastic tends to get a lot of residual oils in plastic bowls. So I've used glass bowls here, and I've also cleaned it with some white vinegar, which is on the side, great antibacterial. There you go. And apple cider vinegar, great for the gut. Other side comment. So I've cleaned everything, including my cups for the eggs as well, with a bit of vinegar, and the whiskers, the beaters. Everything's been thoroughly cleaned to make sure there's no residual oils or anything. So of course, yeah, you use egg whites for Italian meringue. Italian meringue is different to Swiss or the other kind of meringue you can get. In that you add essentially boiled sugar that's reached 130 degrees centigrade to the whipped egg whites. So there we go. So I have everything set up, cleaned, and the next step is to make the gelatin for the meringue. So I did that first because the gelatin has to set, and I'm going to microwave it, or normally you can hob it as well. You can heat it up on the hob, but I like to microwave because I've got a few things I've got to go at the same time. So I've got my gelatin here. This is my gelatin. I've used this. There's actually 2 packets of this gelatin, so 24 grams. And to that, because it's lemon and lime flavour, what I'm doing is I'm adding some lemon and lime juice. I've zested some lemons and limes, and I've used the juice. So I tried to work out when I could add the lemon and lime juice to flavour the meringue, and I thought, well, I didn't want to add any liquid to the meringue, so I thought, why not add it to the gelatin that you're going to add to the meringue anyway. So here is my. So I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of lemon and lime juice to my gelatin. Give it a bit of a stir. So I'll leave that for 10 minutes. I'll set the timer. Perfect. Okay. So that'll alert me when it's finished. So, next step is whisking the egg whites. So to do that, I add cream of tartar and just a bit of sugar as well, just to stabilise the egg whites initially. So 2 egg whites. So I'll get my eggs. You see my other video about Eggtastic eggs, the humble egg. I've used organic today, like you should always do. Always use organic. Oof. So there's no bits in it. It's pretty clear, nice clear egg whites. Then I'll add my 1/4 teaspoon cream of tartar. So the acid, tartaric acid, helps to stabilise the egg whites. I did ever wonder whether the lemon and lime juice would stabilise or help stabilise as well. I don't know, or whether it would affect it, but it seems to sound okay. Got my 1/4 teaspoon added to the egg whites. Okay. Add that to the egg whites. And then, of course, the 1/2 tablespoon of sugar as well. So add a bit of sugar just to stabilise and whip it. Okay. So now for the whisking stage. Get that out of the way. So for about 5 minutes now, I'm going to whisk. Maybe less than that. I've got to start the sugar going as well. So I'll start whisking up. Turn on the whisk. That's about it. That'll do. I think I'm going to start with the sugar. So, as I said, before, to make Italian meringue, you have to add boiled sugar. So I've got, how much sugar? So I've got 250 grams of granulated sugar in there, so that's my granulated sugar, which I've added to it. I've got 40 grams of glucose syrup, that's my glucose syrup. That's, you can get liquid glucose in the supermarket. So I'll add that to the sugar. And I've got a spoon. So I'll add that now. Add that to the... So glucose, so sucrose, granulated sugar, which is sucrose, is actually fructose in glucose. Whereas glucose is pure glucose. That's what our bodies live on, as well as ketones. It's quite interesting, the science behind that. So, but I don't know why you add pure glucose to the sugar. I don't know the reason why. It's quite sticky. That'll do. There we go. Awesome. So that's my glucose added to my sugar. And then it is 50 ml of water. So, got my cups here, and I've 50 ml of water. I'll do that now. I'll give it a stir. You can stir it before it's boiling. So once it reaches boiling point, you need to stop stirring it. Because I don't want to crystallise out. There we go. So, look. There we go. So I'm going to turn on the heat now. Medium heat. I've got my thermometer here. That's my thermometer. I actually bought it when I made sourdough last year, but it can be used as a cooking sugar thermometer as well. It doesn't have the different settings on it, of course, like soft boil, hard boil that you do for making sugar, sort of confectionery and things, but it does the job. So I just watch it, and now I'll carry on whipping the eggs in the meantime while I'm waiting for the sugar to melt and reach temperature. It shouldn't take too long because there's not a lot of water I've added to it. So it just, you know, if the water has to evaporate off, and then it should reach temperature. And of course, sugar, once it's melted, is an exothermic reaction, so it releases heat. It generates its own heat once it's melted, so it can reach temperature pretty rapidly sometimes. I heated the gelatin in the microwave for 30 seconds. I'll leave that to sit there. I'll just check the temperature of the sugar. I don't want the top crystallising, so I just make sure it's getting there. 127 degrees. Probably about right, that'll be fine. Beaker off. So I'll start whipping the egg whites and adding a gelatin. Turn the heat off, whip away. So basically you want to make sure it doesn't cool down too much because then it'll set. You add the gelatin in after about maybe 4 or 5 minutes of whipping. So now it's made a meringue, I'm going to add the lemon zest and the lime zest. If I get oh God. There we go. Add the zest in. There we go. So I've used wax. It's getting cooler. I've added gelatin in. It's setting, so I'll stop now. That's there we go. So that's set. Trying to break my fingers. It's still pretty hot, but it has set. So I've got my tray here, and I'll scoop it out. Using a handy, I've got a handy bread scraper. There we go. Make a confession, I forgot to add the red food colouring in my panic of it setting. But that's gel food colouring, so you can make it pink or you can get yellow. You're supposed to go for the gel food colouring rather than the kind of liquid, the bottle one. And that just basically adds less liquid to the mixture. So there we go. So there's my meringue. Flatten it out a bit. It will set in about 4 hours. But yeah. So thank you very much. There's my Eggtastic marshmallows. Enjoy making them. Bye bye.